Hi everyone, I'm Robbi Jenkins. I'm the executive chef here at Prairie Casino and Resort. I've got two vegetable dishes, the recipes, both of which have been in my family a long time, since we were kids, so we ate them as kids, so that lets you know they're good vegetable recipes. They're both squashes, one is zucchini and one is yellow squash. But what we're going to start off with before we get into the vegetable dishes is a salad. It's just a spring mix salad that you buy in the grocery store, and some people even grow their own lettuces like I did. So we're going to start with that, and we're going to kick it up a little bit with a little goat cheese patty that has a little surprise inside, and it just gives your salad a little more specialness. This salad starts with phyllo dough, and of course I don't make mine and I don't expect anybody else to make theirs. So you find it in a frozen case at the grocery store in a box like this. One thin sheet, layer out on your counter like so, and brush generously with butter. And it doesn't have to be messy. I've been accused more than once of being a messy cook. So give yourself plenty of counter space. So then you take another sheet and just lay that on top of there. It's very forgiving, so if it's cracked, don't sweat it. So we're going to build 3 layers, so I got one more. Lay that on there, smooth it out. A little more butter. Told you it was going to be wonderful. This much butter, it couldn't help but be wonderful. I've got a little template here. All this is a saucer. This is about the size that I want my round. So you can take my knife and cut it out. Lift that up. Cut me out another one. Now, here's where it turns into something really special. This right here I call candied red onions. And what I did is I made a simple syrup. I diced a red onion, put a little red wine vinegar in there, and let this reduce down to this consistency like marmalade. So I'm going to put a drop of candied red onion right there in the middle. So what we have is sweet tart because there's vinegar in here and there's sugar and then there's the onions. So now another little thing that comes as a surprise, I take a mint leaf, put mint there, and these are flavor combinations that are rather unusual, but they work. Okay, I've got some goat cheese here. I'm going to cut me a piece about so big. I'm a hand person. I do all my stuff with my hands. The best tools there are clean hands. Put that disc right down on top of that. I'm going to do another one. Right on top of there. Now, let's wrap these babies up, and then they would go in the oven till they're golden brown. And you're just kind of doing a fold, tuck. Closing it up in there, like so. Make them bigger, make them smaller. You know, this is a personal choice thing. Okay, so these would go on a sheet pan in an oven about 350 degrees until they're golden brown. And I'll show you the finished result in a minute. But right now, let's get on to the rest of our salad. We're going to dress our salad with a classic vinaigrette. Simply olive oil and vinegar. For this one, use an extra virgin olive oil. Normally you don't need that for cooking, but for salad where you really want your dressing to stand out, use an extra virgin olive oil. So what I've got in the bowl is champagne vinegar, one of my favorite vinegars. Any vinegar will do. Vinegar absorbs seasonings quicker than oil. So put the seasoning in the vinegar. Put the salt, the pepper, the herbs, whatever it is that you want your vinaigrette to be special with, put that in the vinegar so the vinegar can soak up the flavors first before you start adding the oil. So this is where I'm going to do my salt and fresh cracked pepper. And never ever, I'm going to say this again, never ever buy that already cracked pepper in the grocery store. It's no good. It has no flavor. You don't know how long it's been on the shelf. Buy your own peppercorns in a good pepper mill, and that's just an essential tool in everyone's kitchen, okay? Enough preaching. Let's finish our vinaigrette. So I'm going to add a little Dijon mustard to mine because I love Dijon, and I need something to act as a binder, and that's what Dijon is going to do. So I'm going to stir this up, get my flavors moving in the right direction. And now I'm going to start adding oil. I'm going to put this under my bowl since I only have 2 hands, and I don't want my bowl jumping around on me. So with the whisk, the balloon whisk is better. The bigger the balloon on the whisk, the more air that you can put into your dressing, which is what makes it light and fluffy. So a good balloon whisk, and start the process with a stream, and just keep going. You'll know, it depends on how you like your vinaigrettes to taste. I like mine to taste a little tart, so I'm probably going to not go all the way with all of this olive oil in this cup. So let's see what this tastes like. Still pretty tart. So I think, woohoo! I think I'll put a little more olive oil in this. And I like the emulsion a little better now. I think I was going to stop too soon. Now I'll take this the other way and see what we got here. Yeah. Now we got a good dressing. We're going to go ahead and dress our salad now. And I almost forgot something. These roasted tomatoes and roasted little baby petite carrots. I love roasting vegetables for just about everything. So I have a mix of yellow and red cherry tomatoes. Again, one of those things that you can grow yourself in your garden, at the local farmer's market, bountiful in the grocery store. Little petite carrots. I put salt, pepper, extra virgin olive oil. They were in the oven no more than 5-7 minutes, 325 degrees. These are going to make our salad extra good too. So let's get busy. So here's my vinaigrette, which I corrected so it's not so tart. And I'm going to pour just a little over. You don't want to drown your greens, so be really careful. The leaves are really supposed to just simply be coated lightly, kissed by the vinaigrette. I'm going to salt and pepper again, because you always season in layers. And that prevents people from having to grab the salt shaker when they sit down to your wonderful dinners, because you have done all of the seasoning in the kitchen, so all they have to do is dig in and enjoy. So we toss lightly, don't want to bruise our greens, getting things coated, everything's glistening, it's a good sign. I'm going to taste just to make sure that I've got enough dressing and the salt and pepper is good. Got that? Yummy, if I must say so myself. Well, let's plate this. There you go. Give your food height. Kind of build it up. You know, that's kind of the restaurant look. It impresses folks at home. It's not hard to do. There we go. So let's take our roasted vegetables, just kind of put them around. of those carrots. You remember those goat cheese patties that we did? I put a couple in the oven. That's what they're going to look like. They can go a little browner if you like, but I kind of like them blonde like this. And there's candied red onions under there and that mint leaf. And I'm just going to put that with each salad. And there we have company salad for every day.